everybody, it's Mr. Mostiller, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our one-day sale that's coming up on November 23rd. Now, some of you have done the one-day sale before, and others of you have never had this opportunity. But for those of you who have not had that chance, the one-day sale is basically set up that we do it once per year, and you have an opportunity to purchase all kinds of different items in martial arts, from the things that's going to be required of you, to the things that are needed, to the things that are wanted, to the things that can be gifts, to whatever you would like to get, and you get all those things at a reduced price. Now, whether this is your first sale coming up, or whether you've done 10 sales before, you definitely want to watch this video for several reasons. One, there's a lot of information that's going to be coming up. You're going to have some interesting things that are going to pop up on the screen, like this. Okay, maybe actually not like that. More like this. Yeah. Opportunities that you're going to have to get some money, or in this case, to get some gift cards. We're going to give some gift certificates out. We're going to give you the opportunity to save some extra money at the one-day sale. In addition, we're going to have some things pop up on the screen that I'm going to actually have you be required to bring in, kind of have a competition, almost like a video scavenger hunt. Got some different things that come across the screen down here, or right up here, maybe up here, but those things will explain as we go what you would need to do to get those different gift certificates and get those options for additional savings. Now, moving on to the sale itself. Normally, like, I give out a bunch of handouts and tons of different papers and things about the sale, and I'm doing a video this year because there is so many more things. Whether you are brand new or whether you have done it before, there are so many new things that are coming into play that I would almost have to write a book to go through all the stuff about the sale for you. So it's certainly much easier and much better for me to do the video. So that being said, let's get started. Number one question that comes up always is, what should I buy at the sale? And to answer that, you actually have three steps. And steps number 1, 2, and 3, nice, quick, easy. Number 1, look at your current rank, whatever your current belt is. Number 2, estimate within a year how far you will be from this belt to the next one. So for example, you're looking at 6 testings in a year, so you need to count 6 belts. Let's say you're a level 3 blue belt. Well, then you would go level 1 brown, level 2 brown, level 3 brown, level 1 red, level 2 red, level 3 red. So in a year you'll be a level 3 red belt. So plan ahead and think about what you would need to get within that time period. Now, I'm going to bring up a list in a little bit that's going to show you the things that you're going to have required of you, and that way you can kind of plan ahead for them. In addition to seeing what is needed to get, you want to also take a look through our catalogs at what you want, what you desire. Now, we have different companies. Tiger Rock has their gear store that gives out their different catalogs, and Macho actually has theirs, and Century's already put theirs out. We'll be getting Macho's soon, and we'll be getting Tiger Rock soon. The Century one is actually, they have the holiday gift guide, and everybody that's done this before knows that they give kind of a small catalog of overall summary, have a lot of cool things in it. But this year they decided not only are they giving a holiday gift guide, but they're actually going to give the full, all-out catalog to everybody. So you'll have some time to sit, go through that, plan ahead, and make sure that it's some things that you want. Now, for things that are exclusive to Tiger Rock, such as the gear that we have, some of the belts, those things, you won't have those with the, or you won't be able to get those with the Century set. They've got some different colors and different things that don't apply to us. So definitely double check if it's some of the things that you see normally required here, and see what those have in relationship to Tiger Rock. Now, again, as you watch this video, make sure that you're keeping an eye or backtrack for things that will pop up on the screen. Other than that, let's go ahead and go through some of the changes that are coming up. First of all, if you were here 2 years ago, that was when we actually introduced the Tiger Rock Advanced uniform. We saw the one that actually now has the nice pinstriping to it, the embroidery, those different things, and same with the embroidery in the pants, the pockets, all of that. And that is now going to become the exclusive uniform for Tiger Rock. Now, 2 years ago we told you we're going to be phasing out of the old style uniform with the white pants, the old patches, those things. And upon this one-day sale coming up, that'll make 2 years. So to plan ahead, if you are somebody who still has white pants for your Taekwondo uniform, then after the one-day sale, you will not be allowed to take class in those pants. Same if you still have the old style ITA jacket. Now, for the rest of you, the majority of you still have the black pants. And for those of you in the basic black pants, white top, that's not a problem. You actually have one more year that you can wear that basic white pants, white top. However, we are going to phase out of that over the next year. So upcoming, between this sale and the next one, you'll start to see that plain white and plain black pants and top disappear out of our school overall. We're going to replace it in general just with the advanced uniform. Now beyond that, the next step that we're looking into as that's phasing out is two big changes. Number one is going to be that the juniors that are ages 12 and older are going to begin doing ECAS in our school. For those that don't know, ECAS, the adults do it, it's the Elite Counter-Aggression Skills, and basically what that does is that trains people beyond what we have in the normal rules of Taekwondo into more of the street techniques. In Taekwondo, when we spar, for example, we can't throw knees and we can't throw elbows and we can't go below the belt and those things. But at the same time, in real situations of self-defense, we don't want our students forgetting that those opportunities or those options, in order to save their own life, in order to save themselves and defend themselves, we don't want them forgetting that those options are there. And so while we're not comfortable yet with having the younger juniors learn that, we are ready to move that into our phase now with the 12-year-olds and above. That's going to require the martial armor. And if you've seen some of the adults wear it, the martial armor is actually the forearm pad instead of the elbow pad. And it's the actual full instep shin pad that actually pulls over similar to a sock. And that gives a lot more comfort, makes things a lot more smooth, and gives a better, simpler feel, more realistic feel to what you're doing. That's going to replace, for the 12-year-olds and above, the elbow pads and the shin pads. Now, for the 11-year-olds and under, you'll still have the shin pads, elbow pads. That's still going to be the same as part of their gear. Next thing that you're going to see is you're going to start seeing, for all the juniors, green belts and above, we're going to add the Tiger Rock bag gloves. So we have the Tiger Rock bag gloves that are like this, and these are going to start becoming a normal part of our workout, part of punching the bags, kicking the bags, and even the targets for that matter. What that does, number one, is it protects the knuckles. Also, we're going to be using those for the higher ranks in the ECAS and those things where it does provide a padding, but not a full, all-out pad. That's an awkward position for the ECAS because you need to be able to have your hand movement to open and close, to grab on and so on when you're doing those things in ECAS. So for all green belts, whether juniors that are 6 years old or 60 years old or anything in between for the adult kids, we are going to start having those as part of the gear requirements to be purchased. Now, last thing that we're going to talk about is actually two things, and these are changes that I'm making in my school. Tiger Rock has made an option for all the schools whether or not we wanted to make these changes. I at first did not, and I have decided I'm going to make these changes coming up. And number one is going to be that the Tiger Rock Dry Fit shirt, which you'll have multiple styles and different things that you can choose from, including the one that's right behind me. That Dry Fit shirt is going to be the only thing that is allowed Monday through Friday, only thing that is allowed underneath your uniform. I know in the past I have allowed the plain white t-shirts, and the problem with that is that I have had a lot of issues on the plain white t-shirts. Something simple, unfortunately, wasn't as simple as it needed to be. We've had kids that are wearing, clearly their dad's plain white t-shirts that are hanging down to their knees or they're tucking in down to their ankles practically. We have people that are turning things inside out or backwards in order to count as a white t-shirt. We've had to do that multiple times. We have some people that are wearing things that are not really t-shirts. They're more, they're a little too, for lack of a better way of putting it, dainty or revealing, that do not need to be something that need to be under their uniform. So we're going to actually, in order to get rid of that issue, we're going to get rid of the white t-shirt concept altogether, and we're going to switch to only the dry fit t-shirts. So with that being said, plan ahead on those dry fit shirts. Now on Saturdays, and only on Saturdays, we are going to allow students to wear any of the Tiger Rock shirts. If you got a Tiger Rock shirt at a tournament, if you got a different Tiger Rock t-shirt, we have some different options available that you'll see, then you can wear those on Saturday, as well as obviously, you can obviously wear those to your school and outside and so on. But Monday through Friday, it's going to be the dry fit only. Those are the two big things, that's one of the big things. The other one is all black belt students. In the past, I've allowed you to change the number on your belt when you change ranks. So, for example, instead of having to buy a new belt, this is a level 1 right here, and I would let a student who advanced to level 2, they would just take this to an embroidery shop, get the 1 removed, and get a 2 put on. And then later when they got to level 3, they'd get the 2 removed and get a 3 put on, and so on. Unfortunately, we've had that issue that idea sort of abused as well. We've had a number of people who don't get that done in time, who wait a couple of months or so, and even people that have waited until the next testing and testing with the wrong belt. You need to have a respect for your belt, a sharper image, a better output. You want to have that professional thought process, that excellent look, and to take your belt seriously. And to do that, to guarantee that, we're going to start requiring that a new belt be purchased each time with the black belt testing. Now, all of that comes down to a better atmosphere, a better image, a better respect for yourself and what you're doing and for those around you. It creates an overall idea and atmosphere that's going to make things a better workout and better martial arts experience for everybody. Now, in addition, adults, you're going to have some options as well where we're going to have some shorts that are going to come into play, and I'll talk to you about that at the sale. For our informal workouts, things like that, we're actually going to have some workout shorts now that Tiger Rock has put out, so those will be something that's fun, and that'll be only for the informal workouts. You'll still be able to wear the pants, though, if you want to. That's not an issue. I personally tend to wear the pants a lot of times, even when it's something that we can wear shorts on. So, back to that old question of what should I buy? Well, white belts, Tiger Cubs, obviously you guys have uniforms, you need uniforms, and if you're about to outgrow the uniform you have, or for those of you that need a new uniform because it's clearly worn out, uniforms should be on your list, so make sure that's on your list. Now, a yellow belt, there's not anything in particular that's required in addition. At green belt, however, you have all of your sparring gear. So plan ahead for all of your sparring gear. That's going to be required, all those pieces of gear. Now, in addition to that, if you want to get a gear bag, there's going to be some really cool options on a gear bag, and especially one that Tiger Rock has actually put out that is made in different compartments to hold all the stuff that you need to hold for your gear. So planning ahead on those things for the gear bag, and definitely that's going to be a requirement for that gear. That'll be something that you have coming up if you're going to be a green belt. At blue belt, you have a focus target that's required to get, so make sure that you plan for that focus target as well. Brown belts, you'll have a student arm patch. It looks like this. It goes on the side of your uniform, and you'll plan for that for the brown belt level. Now, at red belt, you're required to get the rebreakable board. So you have, for example, a yellow board is for 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. Orange board is for 10 and 11-year-olds. So you can get a yellow, an orange, a green, whatever that age group requirement is. Plan on that if you're going to be red coming up soon or over the next year. And then black belts, obviously, you have the different belts or whatever that you're going to have to plan ahead for. You can pre-purchase belts, but they will not be issued to you until you actually reach that rank. But you can do a saving on pre-purchasing those belts if you would like to. We'll basically keep a list for you on that. Now, other things you need to plan for, I had mentioned the gear bags, obviously, but also think about some of the things that are going to increase or improve your ability to work out overall. Wave Masters are a great option, a great choice. Get a Wave Master. That's something that you can practice your one-steps, your different kicks, different techniques, get your workouts in at home as well. That's something that's important. Also, kicking shields, blockers, those types of things are very effective, especially for the juniors and for the Cubs when they're getting help from mom and dad at home. Beyond that, also look into things, the various things that you like. There's going to be a lot of different choices in that catalog. You have anything from t-shirts, caps, those things that you proudly wear and display in your community that shows that you're very happy to be a martial artist and you are somebody who's stating this is a part of my daily life and I'm very proud to do that. And then beyond that, they've got a endless number of things in the catalogs that you can get that are just fun things to have. You can use as holiday gifts and so on. So plan ahead for those types of things as well. Now, you can obviously see why I decided I wanted to video this instead of put it on paper, because there has definitely been a lot. And I hope you've been catching onto some of those different gift certificate options that you'll have or opportunities that you'll have coming up. Been catching those? Good. Okay, so that being said, moving on, with all of this stuff, I know it seems like a great deal of things to take in, but there's going to be one additional thing that is going to come into play that is going to be a great opportunity for you. And what we're doing coming up at this one-day sale is we're going to have for the first time a changeover, an opportunity to change over in our overall tuition and pricing system. What I am doing starting at the sale and on, is that I'm changing things to an all-inclusive price. One flat, all-inclusive membership that people can get into and know that they don't have to plan ahead for other things. Basically, that all they have to worry about is their martial arts. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say now, ahead of time, and please listen carefully, and I am not a politician, so I am not trying to pull this in correctly. I am very serious when I say, if you like the plan you are on, you can keep the plan you are on. So yes, you did hear that from me, and you have that on video. But you are going to be allowed to stay on. You're in an ongoing membership right now. If you like the way your membership is set up, then it can remain set up that way. That's not a problem. If you want to switch to the new setup, you are going to save some money down the line. You're going to have a lot easier time, in my opinion. But I'm going to tell you about it, and you can actually make your own conclusions on that. Now, remember that list that we had of all those things you need to plan ahead for? Yeah, that list. That list is something that you need to plan for, and also that's a list that you don't need to worry about if you decide that you want to switch to the all-inclusive agreement. What the all-inclusive agreement is going to be, I'll have the different prices, you'll see them here, but I'm just going to give you the example as if you were a brand new white belt walking in. The all-inclusive price is going to be $139 a month. Now, what we're going to do for the $139 a month is, you'll start off, you will get an advanced uniform and a Tiger Rock dry fit shirt. You will not need to pay for those. When you become a yellow belt, we're going to give you your focus target to go ahead and start practicing at home. You will not need to pay for that. When you reach green belt, we are going to give you your sparring gear. You will not need to pay for any of it. When you reach blue belt, we're going to give you your rebreakable board. You will not need to pay for it. When you reach brown belt, we're going to give you your arm patch that goes in your uniform. You will not need to pay for it. From that point on, red belt, there won't be anything particular that gives you, but black belts that are on this, every cycle when you test, you will get a new black belt. You will not need to pay for it. Now, what's even better than that, testings, you will not need to pay for them. They're gone. That fee will be out. The 2 national tournaments per year that we do, you will not need to pay for it. That'll be out. And for 4th degrees and higher, we actually will also cover your world tournament competition fee. So that is for 4th degrees or higher, but they will not need to pay for that. 4th degrees, you don't have to worry about that either. So planning ahead, that helps a lot because that gets rid of a whole lot of different things that you were thinking about putting on your list. That lets you kind of plan for more of those other things and look into those other things that you might have wanted, like the gear bag, perhaps the Wave Master, or something else, because you won't need to worry about these things. These will be covered in your flat monthly fee. Now, in addition to that, every year, once a year, we will give you 1 new dry fit of your choice, 1 new advanced uniform, and we'll let you replace 2 pieces of sparring gear that you currently have. So if you're a brown belt and you've worn down your foot pads, your hand pads or whatever, you can replace. Say, I want to replace my foot pads and hand pads this year. No problem. We'll let you replace your foot pads, hand pads. That'll be totally free. If you're somebody who has lost his headgear or lost his shin pads, Mr. Masto, is it what we want to replace? No problem. We'll replace those for you. So that'll be 2 of those things a year. So plan ahead for that. But if you come in and you sign up at this one-day sale, switch over to this all-inclusive, you are going to be given a new uniform, a new dry fit, and 2 new pieces of gear. If you're a green belt or higher. If you are a white belt or yellow belt, then when you get to green belt, you'll get the full set, and so on. So you're going to have those options, those opportunities there. In addition, to plan a little further ahead, remember, December, I want to say December 5th, whatever the first Saturday of December is, that's our next testing. Now, if you switch to this all-inclusive price here, you won't pay for the next testing. You won't pay for any more testing, so they'll be covered. So plan for those. Plan for that as well. I definitely strongly urge it. It's going to be wonderful. And in just a couple of extra things, you will no longer have to sign up online. We'll be able to take care of that for you. You don't have to worry about getting late fees, about getting signed up in time. You don't have to worry about signing up here, getting there in time on places. None of that's going to come into play. And you don't have to worry about paying your Tiger Rock national membership fee. That'll be out as well. So with that in mind, the question does come, well, that's kind of not fair because some of the people that are like white belts end up getting to have more stuff than somebody who's a green belt or blue belt or brown belt because they already have some of these things. And so what I decided to do with this, obviously I've got to draw a line somewhere and got to pick a way to do it. What I decided to do is this. 2 things very important. Number 1, if you decide to switch over at the sale, if you switch to a new membership at the sale, what I'm going to do is instead of your price being whatever those prices are right there, $139, $229, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop $5 off of that for your normal monthly ongoing membership. What that'll do is that'll save you an extra $60 a year on top of what you're already saving. So with the additional $60 a year, that'll somehow make up, down the line, whatever it is you feel that you have paid for and other people are getting or something. That'll kind of offset that. So you should be comfortable with that. And the other thing I'm doing is this. If you have any friends that are thinking about signing up, that are interested in getting signed up, if you bring them and they sign up at the sale, and when they sign up at the sale, keep in mind, they'll get the dry fit shirt, they'll get the advanced uniform, they'll be handed that to them at the sale. If they sign up the day of the sale on a regular membership, then I will reduce your price by another $5 for every person you have. Now, it's got to be every overall membership, not every person. So if a family of 5 comes in, that's 1 membership set up. So that's going to be $5 off. But if you bring in 3 families of 5, then that would be 15 off of whatever your price is. You bring in 10 separate people, they do 10 separate memberships, you get $50 a month off of your normal price. So however you want to do that, I definitely urge you to plan ahead, look ahead, chat with some people, and see if they're interested, because this is the time to get in. Now, hopefully I have answered everything. Obviously, if I have not, feel free to call me. Feel free to talk with me after class, assuming I'm not running to hurry and get into the next class. But definitely pull me aside if you get a chance. Chat with me. Send me an email. Any of those things are fine. I want you to know that you are going to be getting the catalogs and things this week. If you don't get those this upcoming week, make sure you see me, because I'm going to try to hand it out to everybody, but make sure that you see me about that. Also, this is the last opportunity, or the last one that you'll have as far as the gift certificates go, so I hope you can pull this off. And have a wonderful time, not only at the tournament, but at the one-day sale. Thank you very much for your time.